Hi, you're here with Esperanza with Global City Unity, and today we have quite a bit of interesting people today. We're going to interview and also listen to some nice singing people that are coming here just for us today. We're going to talk with our first guest today. We're going to talk to Martin. Martin Cassy is a very interesting guy that I actually met, and he's doing a lot of great things that might interest you today, something that you're looking for actually with hair products. And we're going to talk to him. Martin, hi, how are you doing?
Hi, how are you today?
I am fine, thank you. Tell me about yourself and tell me how you started with this, with your products. What inspired you? Because I know we talked and you're very, very interesting. You have to tell everybody that's listening to us how you started with these products and what's so special about your product for the hairline, because a lot of us women, we look into our hair. It's very important, our nails, our toes and everything, but hair is very important. And how do you get the attention, and what actually produced your product out there?
Well, actually, I started with my grandfather's business that started in 1935. He sold soap door to door. He raised $25,000 and bought a company that was going out of business, Boyer International Laboratories. From there, he built a $100 million company, and in his age, and he turned it over to Joe L. Dudley from Greensboro, North Carolina. And from there, the hairline developed from Mr. Dudley, and he produced Dudley Products Company, which many people in Chicago know that we have a Dudley Beauty College on 8501 South Green Street. We also incorporate, we do hair there, and we train technicians in actual hair care, nail, massage therapy, and everything. So you can come there anytime you want and get whatever you need. But
thank you very much.
Try to encourage young people to come in. We do not stick them with a grant. We do not provide grant, but we do help them with a work and pay your way program.
I see.
Because many of the products that they're going to deal with in the hair care industry, they need to know about and they need to sell because they're going to sell them in their own salons. So what we created was a program where they would get a hold of the merchandise and sell it to their family members, friends, and so on and so forth. So that's with the education and the training. It's approximately $10,000 to join the school, which is very inexpensive compared to most of the other schools.
And what does your school include? All this, you know, does that include like this training school? Do they get a degree on this?
Yes, they will get a beauty, the hair. They will get licensed as cosmetologists, as well as nail technicians. It's fully certified through the state, and they will get it once they acquire the hours that are needed.
Okay, very nice. And the thing about it is that also you include, I mean, this is the first time, because I mean, I've heard of a lot of like cosmetology schools and stuff like that, and they're out there, but yours, is it like all over different states, or is it just here?
Well, we have one in Greensboro, North Carolina. We have one in Washington, D.C.
Very
but
nice.
We're the only company that actually manufactures our own product and distributes it through our schools and distributes it through the salons.
Very nice.
And we also are going to start a program next year with educators and people that are interested in going into business to train them how to be salon owners and actually putting them in salons and in the business.
You know, you come up with a really great ideas, because I have a lot of friends that actually graduated from cosmetology school and they didn't know where to go. And actually, this is an excellent show for all the women out there.
Business is one to learn. We train business people there.
Right.
We have very famous people that have come out of our schools, actually.
Nice.
People that trained at our school did the hair for Miss Obama.
Oh, nice.
And some of the makeup for Oprah Winfrey.
Right.
So we have qualified people that have come out of the school that are very famous,
Nice.
and we manufacture our own, and that's the key.
Yes, that's actually the first time I hear something like that because, like I said, I've heard of cosmetology schools, but after you're out, I mean, I never heard of their, like they make their own product and stuff like that, which is interesting.
Right.
Very nice and interesting because, and how your grandfather came out and how he had this belief, of, buying this and then all of a sudden turning all this, it created more positive, something positive for people, not just yourself.
Well, he gave jobs and opportunities.
Exactly.
My grandfather didn't sell to the salons, but Joe Dudley did. But we primarily went door to door selling a lot of the cosmetics that we distributed. Actually, the hair care products, because we're a minority company, and as you know, as a minority company, we can never be questioned on anything that we do. It has to be top notch.
Nice.
So we put only the best quality items in our formulas.
Nice.
And we won't produce it unless we have what we need to put in there. And we never second change anything. Actually, the hair care products that we manufacture for African Americans actually work better on white and Hispanic hair.
Really?
Yes.
And so, what is your market and who is it that you're striking for? Like you said, the Hispanic and the white. This product is for everybody?
It's for everybody. It's
Okay.
universal.
Okay.
We would like to see more salon owners and technicians in the Hispanic realm, and we want to offer it there as well. It just isn't for African American people just because it's manufactured by African American people.
Right.
It's also, and myself, I'm African American and Hispanic,
Right.
and I carry the bloodline of Mexican, Puerto Rican, and black. So
Nice.
I carry the realm, so the cosmetic line carries the same realm.
Wow. That's very nice, that it's for everybody. Now, have you hit the Latin community yet?
I am trying. We have a few, mostly the Latin communities deal a lot in the color dyes.
Dyes.
We specialize in color and dyes for tinting or getting rid of gray or whatever. So we have a product called Natural Black, which gives you a natural look instead of somebody.
Wow. You were just, as a matter of fact, today I had a conversation with my friend today, and I'm sure that he can relate. He's in the audience, and we were just talking about, color. And I was telling him, oh my God, I need my touch-up, and I need my nails done and all this other stuff. But it was funny because he's like, where's your grays? And I said, I get grays. And I said to myself, they're hidden in somewhere in here. And he's like, well, just pull them out.
No, you can't pull them out.
No, women love to get all this done to themselves.
But we have some amazing color lines. I wish I would have had time to bring the full line with us.
Yeah.
But a lot of it can't be sold direct. It has to go to salons. So we're trying to talk to the Hispanic community and get them involved with us and empower them as well in business. If they're having problems with their business, we can help them.
Right.
If they need funding or creativity, money-making ways, we have that too. We have ways. We've been in business 40 years. My grandfather's been in business since 1935. So I think we know a little bit about business.
And how is your market? I mean, how do you actually send people out or?
Actually, we offer job opportunities for men and women to actually go out to the salons and create customer base.
I see. Okay. So that's how you go, word of mouth. It's also good for you.
Yes.
And that's a great marketing.
And we sell right to the salons.
And you're always welcome to come back and show us your product and bring it right here and we can display it and show it to us. What else? What was it that, brought you more to the attention? Because a lot of the times when kids are, like they come into us, like sometimes they don't want to follow their parents' footsteps or anything like that. What made you follow and get more involved in it and made it stronger? Did you find it?
Well,
You made it
because
stronger, or
well, it was a legacy. It's for us to take advantage of what our parents or our grandparents built on.
right?
And my grandfather built a great legacy.
Nice.
And it would not be just to him not to carry it on. And Mr. Dudley was my mentor. He was president of Fuller Products. And he talked to me and said, would you like to bring the cosmetic line back? And I said, yes, I would like to. And now I'm president of Fuller Products Company.
Nice. And what else do you need to tell us about? What else you want to tell?
Well-
Over 5 million people are listening to you.
Well, actually, I would love more people of Spanish descent, Mexicans, whatever, to come visit us at Dudley Beauty College. We have a great curriculum. We also have Hispanic-speaking people that are there that can interpret it, so they can't be scared of that. And the fees are reasonable, so we can't beat that.
Okay. You say your Spanish is a little bit, rusty, but it's okay, because I'm going to say it in Spanish, everything that I heard from you. Estamos con Esperanza Vázquez. Estamos hablando con Martín. Y Martín está buscando a todas las latinos, comunidad, que vengan a probar su producto, el producto que es conocido, muy bien conocido en los salones. Y también está queriendo hacer una promoción para todos los latinos para que vengan a ver tiene una escuela para que si están interesados en estudiar, en arreglar, hacer tintes, a color el pelo, las uñas, todo eso. Martín está localizado cerca de aquí en Chicago y también está localizado en Washington, D.C. y está localizado también en North Carolina. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what would you also like to tell the Latin community? ¿Algo en español? Martín?
My Spanish is rusty, but
¿En dónde estás localizado? Where are you located, you said?
we're at 8501 South Green in Chicago, and we have all the greatest techs there and teachers and instructors. And like I said, we have Hispanic-speaking teachers.
So Martín, su español, él habla español, pero no está tan bien. So él está interesado, si ustedes están interesadas en estudiar cómo hacer pelo, las uñas y todo lo que a una mujer le encanta. Y también para los hombres. Martín está ofreciendo que si ustedes están interesados en la escuela de él, pueden ir y lo pueden buscar. También tiene correo electrónico. Do you have an email?
They can look us up on a Dudley Beauty College. We also have an SB Fuller Facebook page, and we also have Dudley Facebook page as well.
Lo encuentran también en el Facebook si están en Facebook. Y también lo pueden encontrar con su electrónico, correo electrónico que se llama Dudley. ¿Cómo dice que? What did you say?
Dudley Beauty College.
Dudley Beauty College. So es Dudley y belleza. Pero no está en español, está en inglés. So busquen Beauty, que lo espelean con B-E-A-U-T griega. Y entonces, it's DudleyBeautyCollege.com or Gmail
.com.
.com. Lo encuentran ahí.
Yes.
I'm trying to do the best for you because we're here with Martin Cassy that is very, very interesting. And actually, he has a beauty school that for women and men also that are interested. If you're interested in your hair, your nails, you want to learn something new, you want to do something different. There's opportunities there for you to go to school. So for you to, he actually helps you out, get jobs also, and also how to, about his name product, which this is what we're here for. Is that correct?
Yes.
And we're here with Esperanza Vázquez. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity to be on the show, and I hope to see more students.
Aquí estamos con Esperanza Vázquez. Venimos para atrás. We're here with Esperanza Vázquez. We'll be right back. Hi, you're here with Esperanza Vázquez, and today we have some really great guests. And we're going to speak to a young lady that's here that's very, very interesting and very talented. She is a poetic. You're very poetic,
Yes,
is that
a
correct?
poet. Yes,
A
ma'am.
poem? How do you, first of all, introduce yourself. What is your name?
Hi, my name is Kayla Jackson. Poetically, I go by the name Kayla Janae.
And tell me, what is it that you do? And how did you get inspired by doing all these poems? Did you create them yourself, or you wrote them, or
Yeah.
tell me about yourself.
So about me, I'm a poet. I got into writing poetry at an early age. I've been writing since I was about 8. And it was just something that started off, every young girl has a journal, and, she just wants to write about her life and things like that. And the way it came out, I've always loved to read. So I started reading poetry, Maya Angelou's, Langston Hughes, things of the sort. And just kind of flowed from there. The things that I write about my life and how they usually come out as letters to people. So I write one about my mother, my father, a close friend of mine, never saying their names, but as the people always know who the poem is about. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And tell me, what is it your audience that you attract mostly?
I attract people who go through the same experiences. I had a performance not too long ago, and no one was really my age. They were all older. But I also, my audience is also younger people who are my age. So people, pretty much anyone and everyone who can,
Get inspired by you.
yeah.
Very nice. So and then it's like people can feel you, even though you hit different age groups. Is that correct? 'Cause
Exactly.
sometimes poetic people are like very into like either because like you said, it's something that happened to you, something that in your life, and they actually track a certain age group. But that is different because you're hitting different age groups. And do you perform?
Yes. As a spoken word, I used to, there was a point in time when I didn't perform because I wasn't comfortable. But after a while, I actually just started performing a year ago. So like at least taking the opportunity, to be here, to be at the places that I've been throughout this 1 year that I've actually been speaking my poetry is an experience, and it definitely is a blessing.
Let me tell you, so you started very young, and what made you stronger?
What made me stronger is I always kept writing. So what turned out to be a couple of sentences of just trying to, my poetry is how I express myself, which any form of art is. And I always had a way of not being able to express myself fully. So, trying to like keep all my emotions, all my anger,
Right.
or, joy, and not really having anybody to talk to it about, even though I have a huge family, but everybody's always doing their own individual things.
Correct.
So I used to, like, it's almost like talking to yourself. And it made me stronger just to keep talking to myself in a way, and trying to explain how I feel, because if you can't explain how you feel to yourself, how are you going to be able to explain how you feel to someone else? And that's what I try to do.
And I really, really think that that is the best way. If you feel like, because some people close themselves up, and they don't know
Right.
who to talk to. So you found a different way of writing and expressing yourself, which that's a good way of opening up your good energies.
Right.
And makes you feel better. And what is the outcome that comes out of that when you're doing this? I mean, because some people, it just makes them stronger and feel more positive, and you're helping out other people
Right.
feel the way you feel. So you're opening up to other people, also their hearts, their feelings, and people that are probably just like you.
Yeah, that's what I try to. That's what I try to do. I don't want to use my gift in a negative way. You know, to kind of how some music today is. You know, it's almost derogatory. You know, to certain other groups of people or the way people live their lives and things like that. And that's not what I want to do. I always want to spread positivity, and I always want to spread positive influence. Because the younger people are looking at me and the older people are trying to get me to be where they are.
Exactly. And that's a very, very beautiful thing to do. I mean, some people sing, some people are poetic, some people are actors. We all have different gifts. And your gift is something that actually makes you stronger, makes you be out there, and actually hit something that a lot of people don't do, because they don't have the courage. So it took a lot of courage for a woman like you, young woman like you, to do this. What is it that you find from the more mature people that are out there? How do they help you, and how do the young help you also?
The older people, they.
Do you learn from their life experiences?
Oh yes, oh yes. Some people that I meet, they're also poets or have been poets, or I really was. I just graduated from college, so a lot of my mentors are poets and teachers and professors, and so they are always trying to push me, and they probably have like books and books of poetry, and you know, they always inspire me to don't just speak it, write it down, put it on paper, you know, write a book or have a book of poetry, have 10 books of poetry, you know.
And not too many people do that.
Right. And that's what they want from me. As far as the young people, the older people want me to do, not to necessarily follow in their footsteps, but to follow in their footsteps at the same time, so that the young people can watch me and so they can follow in those footsteps as well.
So what is it you want to bring out to the attention to people that want to do something like you and come out just like you?
To the people that want to be like me, express yourself. Express yourself in a way that you know you can express yourself. Creativity is endless, absolutely endless, and no two people can do the same thing twice. So even though me and you are here speaking, you know, you speak one way and you have your own way of doing things, whether it's like flicking your hand or your hair, you know, and I probably don't speak with my hands at all, even though, you know.
True.
So
and you know, so you created yourself, and nobody can replace you.
Right. Just like nobody can replace Maya Angelou or.
Exactly.
Yep.
But you have inspirations of other people that have done this. Is that correct? Which is good. We like to know also that, well, I also like to know is, since you being such a young girl, what else do you do besides poetry?
Oh, I'm also a vocalist, so
Nice.
I sing as well.
Okay, that was my second question, because
Yeah.
a lot of poetry people that do poems and all that actually come with the sing, you know, because that's also an inspiring. So what is it that you sing?
Actually, I just started singing as well. You know how like when you're younger, you know, singing things like the choir or, you know, you sing with your friends. That's how I
Yes.
started, but actually taking it very seriously, I started in January, and I sing jazz.
Nice.
And I really like R&B and neo soul.
Yes,
Those are,
yes.
yes.
Yeah, you can
So
never go
music
wrong.
that means something.
Yeah, no, that you can never go wrong with
Right.
R&B. I mean, they're just, I mean, and what kind of music? Do you write your own music?
Yes, I actually do. I just started writing my own music, and I hope to put it, collab it with my poetry.
Nice. And so you just started singing. What made you go from poetry to singing? Who inspired you to get into singing? Somebody hurt you, or it just came out of you?
No, actually, I've been hearing it around a lot, and people are always like, "Oh, well, you can sing and poetry," you know, like Jill Scott. Yeah, she was a poet, or she is a poet, and you know, she just started singing her poetry. So I hear people like her, and I love the way she speaks. You know, yeah, I've been watching you for a while. You know,
Right.
like that, and I just like really like the way it comes out of her mouth, and it's just
Nice.
like and then she sings after. So yeah, a lot of people have been telling me to like, yo, fuse the two. So I got to fusing.
And it takes a lot of courage for a woman like you, okay? You're very young and inspiring and very happy for you. We're very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Will you be performing for us today?
Yes, I will.
So we'll be looking forward to it. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to see to us?
For those dreamers, keep striving. For those young women, express yourself. There's nothing you can't do to anyone. There's nothing you can't do, young or old.
You're here with Esperanza Vasquez, and we'll be right back. And we're going to listen to some of the people that are here. They're going to sing for us and also do some poetry. We'll be right back. Hi, you're here with Esperanza Vasquez, and we're here with some great guests today. He sings, and he's a nurse. Plus, he's a hot nurse. Imagine that. Just kidding. We're here with David. David's going to talk to us about how he got inspired of singing and what he's doing with himself, which is very interesting. And I love, love, love interviewing good people that are doing something positive for us. Not just from, for himself, but at the same time, it gives something good. There's a lot of great people out there not working just 9 to 5. They're actually doing something great and positive. We're going to talk to David right now and see how he got inspired by singing. Hi, David.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm honored to be here, by the way. Thank you for saying
very
that.
much. I'm so happy to see you. I heard about you by a friend, and he kept on talking about there's this guy named David, and I'm always working, and I wanted to, and I was driving in the expressway, and I wasn't paying attention to Louis, your friend Louis.
Right.
Which is Louis. Louis will always be Louis. And so
you gotta love Louis.
Louis is, I'm driving with Louis, upset at Louis. But anyways, Louis puts on this voice. It just comes out. And I'm like, I'm not listening to you, Louis. Let me drive my car. We were very silent there, and I'm like, he puts your music. And I turn around and I looked, and he's like, this is David. And I said, yeah. Okay. I go, he's got to look for me. And then he says, no, listen to this guy. And I listened, and I was like, wow. I didn't want to make Louis, give him the total attention.
Right.
Because I was mad at him, and he, I was so mad. But it wasn't about you.
Yeah.
But you know what? Actually, he actually comforted me with your music.
What?
Yeah, you are very good.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that means a lot to me. That's feeding my mission. So.
No, and I mean seriously, you're good.
Thank you.
How did you get started?
Singing or doing like singing in the subway or just singing in general?
Just singing in general. What's inspired you to do this?
Well, I mean, when I think I was probably 6 or 7. I don't know how it happened. I think I was with my brothers, and my brothers were always really good at sports, and they were good at things like that, and I wasn't as good at that. I didn't really know, what I was good at. So my cousin got us one of those little toy microphones, like the Fisher Price ones.
Right, yes.
And I can't remember, we put a tape in it or something, but it had, you talked into the mic, and you could hear your voice coming out of the little speaker. And I don't know why, I was just fixated on it. I don't know what it was about it, I just liked it. So I was just singing to that around the house, and eventually everybody was telling me to shut up, even though they're like, oh, they like it. But I think that's how I started. I just started singing around the house, and my mom was finally the one that she was like, you kind of got a voice, you should sing. And I started singing in church. I started singing at competitions, like local competitions we would find in the newspaper. That's pretty much how it happened, and ever since then, I love singing, and the more I grew, the more I developed my taste in music, and the more inspired I became by other singers, and it made me want to keep doing it.
Nice. Okay, so your mom was a strong woman that inspired you even more Because it takes
Yeah.
a lot, you know, a mother that believes in you, but
Yeah.
then you got the intention of the people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how did that happen?
Well, I was very lucky in general. My mom was always very, very supportive and very, very active with me, and she got me voice lessons. Can't remember. I must have been maybe 9 or 10, but she was very generous with. She saw. I don't want. I don't know if it was that my mom pushed me so much as she responded to me, because she
Right.
saw that I was interested. So when she saw that I was interested, she would get me to these competitions. She would get me to, singing lessons, or go out there and talk to people, look for information about how to get into this band or that band. So it was, I had a very supportive family in general. My brothers too, my sister the same thing. They used to come
Nice.
to all the shows, and I had a lot of support from home.
So where did you perform at?
Now, the subway.
And when you do that in the subway, have you had any people that request and say you sing really good?
I've gotten a lot of good feedback from people down there. The best way I could portray the type of feedback I get is kind of what you just said about being in the car,
Right.
and you were listening to the song and it made you feel, it comforted you, did you
Yeah,
say?
yeah, it was very comforting. Actually, you know what? He actually mellowed my anger.
Really? Well, see, that's interesting, because I mean that's the best part, and I love the subway.
Yeah.
I love the subway. That was really the first time I really got out there and started being myself, talking to people. Performing for the first time became an interaction rather than a performance. And when I say interaction, I mean people would come up to me and say, like what you just said,
Right.
you know, that song that you just sang, they would tell me, I lost my dad or something, or I just lost my dad this week or something, or I'm on the tree, you know what I mean? Or I had, and if anything from that to, I just got fired. You know what I mean? So it's feedback like that. I think that when that started happening in the subway, that's when music became like more for me, because I always loved music and I always loved making music and singing, but that's when it became a personal connection with people.
Right.
When I started, because I never realized that. I never thought that I did that. You know what I mean? When I performed, but when people would give me that feedback, it's like, okay, this is worth it. This is like a big impact. This is an opportunity for me to really help somebody. You know what I mean? And I like helping people. I'm a nurse,
You're a nurse.
so it's a part of my.
Yes. And
It's
that's
kinda-
very nice because nurses are very caring.
Yeah, when I went into nursing, I did that test. I took this personality test, and I liked science, and I liked talking to people, and I thought I could do a decent job at it. So I ended up a nurse.
Nice.
And I love my job. It's been a long road. It's a very difficult job to get used to, but I love it.
Yes. It's a lot of dedication.
It is a lot of personal growth just from the job
Yeah.
itself.
Has this developed something like for more inspiration for meeting people and getting to really, really get to see people? Because I mean, you really bond with when you're a nurse. Because I heard and I work with a lot of like projects with doctors and Gift of Hope, donors. And
Definitely.
stuff. I hear a lot of inspiring stories and
Oh,
also
yeah.
very sad stories.
Yeah.
But it makes you a very kind and caring person also.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you find time when after this? Because you have to have a license and all that other stuff when you go to these, because just not anybody can go in the train station. Is that correct?
You need a permit.
A permit,
Yeah.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to make sure that not just anybody can go in the train, right? But you
Right.
have a permit,
Yeah.
which is awesome, and this is very inspiring because a lot of people are coming straight. They're working. They're hard. They probably had a hard day, and then to hear David sing, and just like what Louis did to me on the in the car, he actually put you because he knew I was very, very upset. And so when I heard, I'm like driving like this, and I'm like, who is that?
No.
And then he says, you have to talk, and I says, tell him to call me. Tell him, but which way I usually tell people to call me is through Facebook, because I give out my number, forget it.
Right. Well,
But
he gave it to me, so I'm
I
sorry.
know, but no, that's okay. Don't worry about it. You're fine. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
Okay.
Actually, it was very, very nice to, because I used to be a casting for, for other, with the directors for the Chicago PD and stuff like that. And I was bombarded with phone calls.
Yeah.
But now that I have a new phone and everything,
Texting is probably
yeah, but
easier too.
Louis did and I'm not used. I hate texting. I rather
Oh,
talk
really?
to the person personally.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, I really got it. I really paid attention because you do have a beautiful voice.
I so appreciate that. Thank you so much for that opportunity. But what you said about being with the hospital, you mentioned with the hospital as a nurse and then music.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you asked if it was how it met or if it was connected, but it's very connected.
Very connected.
It's because when you're a nurse, you're entering the lives of people on pretty serious levels.
Right.
As a musician, you're entering them on another level. It's another way of entering somebody's life, and really, the stories that I hear from people, and just I'm fueled by interaction with people. I love meeting people. I love learning about people's lives, their stories, what they've been through. I feed on that.
Right.
As a nurse and as a musician, both. I feed on it.
Yes.
So for me, I'm getting the best of two worlds right now, which is more than I thought I would have. Honestly, I always assumed. I don't know. Honestly, I always figured I would move out. Well, I did move out to LA at one point.
Did
But
you?
I did.
Wow.
But I thought I would have this huge career, and I wanted to really 100% be in music. And I'm not saying I wouldn't want to do that. This is still a possibility. But the more that I got into nursing, it was like, okay, well, that's when I realized there were different parts to me. There's a
Exactly.
musician, there's a person, there's a professional, nurse now too, and I wear different hats, and I like wearing different hats. You know
Nice,
what I
because
mean?
you know what? You don't have to just, because like I said, you get to listen to a lot of stories and a lot of things and
Right.
care. But then that's you when you play your music, isn't it?
Right. Yeah. And what enlightened me was that I realized I could have both. I could be a nurse and still be
Correct.
so fulfilled on the inside from delivering music to people
Yes.
in Chicago, in the subway.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's something that I never thought of when I was 14, 15.
Right.
But which has played such a big role in making me happy.
Very fortunate.
So yeah,
Very fortunate. And to have a great supportive family is very important.
first and foremost.
Very, very important. And I'm so happy that your mom stick by you and she's like, this is my son and I'm going to make the best out of him. I have a son myself too.
Yeah.
And mom will always be there, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Very nice and beautiful. And your experience moving to LA, did it bring you back stronger?
Oh yeah. That's when I went into nursing after I went to LA. That was a combination of things that happened when I moved out to LA. First of all, I went broke. First of all, I was working 3 jobs and I just couldn't, it was too much. The rent was so high and
Right.
it just got to the point where I was like, I need to go back and go to school. I wanted a degree. And it wasn't only that I went broke though, it's like what I said. I loved school. I loved learning. Even in high school, I had a passion for studying. I still do. So I wanted to get a degree. I wanted to get that experience. Otherwise I think I would have thought back on it and said, why, I wonder what that would have been like. But that's what I'm saying, back to what I was saying. I feel like I got both.
Nice.
I kind of won because I wanted both. I wanted an education. I wanted to do well in school. But I also wanted music. So I learned about myself that I needed both in order to be happy. So here I am pretty much acting on that.
Nice. Well, we're here with David, and he's going to perform for us today. What is it that very quickly, because we want to hear you and everything. And how do you inspire these young folks that are listening to you today?
Young folks, I would say follow your dreams. There's definitely truth in that. Use your brain. Stay humble. Ask questions. There's no stupid questions ever. And do the best you can do and continue to look for solutions. And where you can't find solutions, find help from people who can help you find solutions. And stay strong that way. Lean on the people that support you.
Very nice. We're here with Esperanza Vasquez. We'll be right back to listen to David and the rest of the singers and poetic people. We'll be right back. We have a next.
One of those days, I'm flipping through my memories between the sheets of black ink of unattached blades of trees, loose leaf. The outlines of my mind are periods in the right direction. To poetry, a life of inner peace for enemy. And I saw myself today flipping through pages of poetry. I was good, I was bad, sometimes happy and sometimes sad. And I saw myself today, outspoken, courageous and bold, smiling sorrow. I saw myself today. I saw myself today, being free on a page. Being free on a page. I am a descendant of tribal royal slaves and ancient scientific mathematicians, rhythmic daughter of calabash, goatskin samples and bass lines, literary heiress to Aesop's fables and Dr. King's speeches. Written on my flesh are the languages my ancestors once remembered and my offspring won't forget. Born with Arabic emerging from my scalp and hieroglyphs etched on my lips, the Yoruba in my chest pumps past the English in my knees to the Ebonic souls on my feet. My flesh is an aged art, forming and developing through the eras. The brushstroke of the Harlem Renaissance, my texture captured on canvas of culture, dining and dancing in bold and beautiful colors. Mixing hues of blues and jazz, I sketched the dance of Nigerian roots and Haitian voodoo called the shimmy. People fled to Harlem to be my live model and I brushed with the times. But life was short and the stock market crashed and I died beside the economy in 1929. But I would live again. Reborn as the type of writer the typewriter despised to be inked with during the Black Arts Movement. When Malcolm died, I stood paralyzed in prefixes. Black Panther served time and I was sentenced to sentences. I helped encourage a nation to capitalize on black capitalizations, and the people labeled me their professional noun, their pronoun, their figure of speech, for those whose languages are written on their flesh, the ones that their ancestors once remembered and their offspring won't forget. Because our offspring will be moral prince and princesses, literary heirs and heiresses, and we, both past, present, and future, will make up the leaders in today's black creative movements. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. Mama's gonna trouble the water. Dear Mama, I remember standing on the edge of 5 feet, watching you be Adele and rolling in the deep, diving in the sea, pool, effortlessly. My mama, the most beautiful black mermaid they forgot to mention in fairy tales. You caressed the waters with the same hands that massaged my scalp with shampoo and conditioner, burning the ears and the nape of my neck with a hot comb that sat heating on a stove. But you floated through chlorine H2O covered clouds, leaving behind your yesterday's tears in your backstroke while welcoming hope into your breaststroke. So when you asked, baby girl, why don't you swim? I looked down and noticed I had feet, not fins. You better kick, were the last words I heard before you pushed me in. So here I am at the bottom of 5 feet as the water wraps its hands around my throat and I can't breathe. It's in my eyes and in my nose like bad allergies and colds, cheeks sore from carrying my last breath, and my young feet kick in panic, not yet old enough to stand within its depths, but while my arms are trying to break these hydroplane chains, you better kick. Repeats over and over in my brain. Now that I'm older, close in the grays and pushing strollers, Mama, I thank you for urging me to work about forcing me to almost death. To doggy paddle through life's trials and tribulations to pay bills, to side stroke past every I regret to inform you's my apologies and Kayla I'm sorries, to cannonball into love. You kept me away from shallow people. The people on the shallow end. Those who see my dive as the waste of time to look pretty on the sideline beside my swim lane, watching me kick, trying to turn my belly flops of life into tidal waves. So mama, I'll keep kicking until your voice fails to tell me to kick somewhere in the dim and distant, and I can't seem to hear it as clearly, and my body can't seem to physically feel you as fiercely, because my soul gets weary, because your windy city wails are not as willing, and your laughter is not as loud as the thunderous roars applauding over waves that high-five your lake shores. And I thank you for laughing wholeheartedly when I finally came up for air and breathed. From your daughter who refuses to drown.
Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lead on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you can't let show. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lead on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lead on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lead on. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lead on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lead on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road. I'll share your load if you just call me, 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 call me. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be.
This song is dedicated to Esperanza because she inspires me. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you guys for listening. Hope everybody's having a good day. If you're not having a good day, I hope your day gets better. If there's something out there on your mind that's bugging you, feel like you can't control it, feel helpless, sitting in a dark room of anxiety, focus on what you have control over. Answers will come.
Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. And when the night is dark and cloudy, there's still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music and Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
Thank you guys.
Day after day I'm more confused, yet I look for the light through the pouring rain. You know that's a game that I hate to lose, and I'm feeling the strain. Ain't it a shame? Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Oh, won't you take me away? Beginning to think that I'm wasting time. I don't understand the things I do. The world outside looks so unkind, and I'm counting on you to carry me through. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Oh, won't you take me away? And when my mind is free, you know a melody can move me. And when I'm feeling blue, the guitar's coming through to soothe me. Thanks for the joy that you're giving me. I want you to know I believe in your song. Rhythm and rhyme and harmony. And you felt me alone, making me strong. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. And drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. So won't you take me, and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Oh, won't you take me away? Thank you guys for listening.